What's up, Hauppauge High School community? It is Tuesday, June 16th. For those of you waiting for further communication about tomorrow for the seniors, as soon as I am done with our morning show here today, we'll be putting the finishing touches on a final communication about tomorrow. Exciting day, the crossing of the stage ceremony recorded, and then that'll be tomorrow all day. Got some exciting stuff going on. We are still in senior recognition week and have a lot of things that are coming this week that are exciting. Yesterday was a good day, seeing a lot of seniors waving from afar, just kind of seeing the flow. A really good day here at Hauppauge High School. This morning we have a couple of students who I've gotten to know a little bit over the last couple of years. Really impressive students, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But we have 8 school days left after today, of which work is taking a variety of forms and across classes to finish up. So make sure you reach out to teachers if you haven't already about what that work might look like to wind down the year. And just, I think, so much to be proud of from the Hauppauge community, in particular the Hauppauge High School community, about what we've been able to do during this time away. Certainly it has not been without hiccups and blips and bumps or whatever, but I think there's a lot to be proud of what we have done as a community by so many people. So without further ado, I'll have people come on and say hello. Again, the grid feature is not functioning at its normal high capacity. So those of you who are joining Google Meets, just be prepared to be disappointed. And then we will get started with a quick round of hellos. J to the W, come on in.
Good morning, Hauppauge. Happy Tuesday. That's it. Good morning.
Really good. Happy Tuesday. It follows Monday. Joy.
Yeah.
Good morning, Hauppauge. It's great to be with you this morning. Today is Tuesday. It is our second day of Senior Recognition Week. Seniors, stop by the property along Lincoln Boulevard and take a couple of selfies with your great banner that's hanging along the fencing. And again, thank you to folks who helped volunteer to set all that up for us. Have a great day.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Katie, you are next in the alpha list. What's up, Katie Dolce?
Hi. Good morning, everybody.
Nice. Vincent, you're not up next. Let me see alphabetically. Christy, you're up next.
Good morning, Hauppauge High School. Hope you're all doing well.
Cool. Maria.
Good morning, everybody. I just hope everybody has a wonderful day. I did get up this morning. I was thinking of this song, Don't Worry, Be Happy, if you remember that song.
Don't worry. Yep.
That's it. And, we're almost there. We have 8 days left to be happy. And, well, we have more to be happy, but 8 days of no worrying.
Maria, your positivity is it's just a wonderful thing. Ruthie Pincus, what's going on from the backyard?
Good morning. I'm watching Joy. She's rushing to find that Don't Worry, Be Happy song just to make sure that, keep you on your toes, Mr. Cook. I'm seeing that. But good morning, Hauppauge. Happy to be here. Happy to see you.
Awesome. And what's up, Vincent Girardi? What's going on?
Good morning, everyone. Happy.
Oh, and he froze. Is anybody frozen?
Nope, just him.
Vincent, what's up again? Let's give that another shot. That's my bad. Go for it. Same enthusiasm. Go for it.
Hello. I'm Vincent, and looking forward to summer.
Yes, which is close. Very close. All right, so we're going to jump into the correspondences. Katie and Vincent are here. We talked about them a little bit last week, being nominated for a pretty cool acting consideration. Forgive me for my terminology, just not being there. And then this weekend, we watched Footloose, and I'm going to tell a little story in a minute, but that'll be my correspondency. It will be Footloose story, and then we'll go for it. So let's jump into the correspondences. Joe Whitehorse.
All right. Well, this morning's short report starts with what happened in sports, and we still don't have much. However, there's a lot of contention in Major League Baseball with coming back. The back and forth it's seemingly unending, so I don't even know if we'll have baseball at this point. Other than that, there wasn't anything live going on. You did have some Korean baseball this morning, if you're watching baseball. And last night, ESPN had a special with all the sports commissioners about returning to sports, which was pretty well done, but wasn't super optimistic again for baseball. It looks like we'll have hockey soon. Not so sure about basketball. Sorry, Chris. And football looks like it'll start on time, but we'll see. And then if you're looking for something to watch tonight, if you're a boxing fan, you can watch boxing on ESPN. But if you're really looking for baseball, they're replaying the Mets 2000 playoff run right now on SNY. You can watch that tonight. I think they played the Giants in the division series before playing the Yankees in the World Series, which, as we know from Christy, was her favorite sports team of all time. And if you want to watch baseball games from last year, the Yankees played the Rangers on this date a year ago, so that game is on tonight. Other than that, not much else on. And on this day in history, a lot of golf stuff happens around this time of year normally. Phil Mickelson was born on this date in 1970, so happy birthday, Phil Mickelson, famous lefty golfer. And on this date in 2002 and in 2008, Tiger Woods won the U.S. Open for the second and third time, and in one of those, he beat Phil Mickelson, came in second place. So a lot of golf history today. Other than that, not much. And actually, I think I read 5 years ago on this date, the Warriors beat the Cavs in the finals. So there's some basketball for you, Chris. My trivia today goes to Vincent and Katie. So I'm going to start with Vincent. Can you name? I'm going to give you let's say two. Maybe we'll start with one. Famous athletes with the name Vincent or sports figures.
Well, Vincent Lombardi.
Okay.
And can I cheat on this one and do Joe Girardi? That's also my name.
Oh, I like what you did there. I really like what you just did. So I'm going to actually give you get 100 on whatever. I had a bunch more, but you did one with your first name and with your last name. You win. So I don't think Katie's going to have the same luck, but we're going to try. Katie, can you name famous athletes that start with are either Catherine or Katie?
I think you're overestimating my knowledge of sports. Nothing comes to mind.
Yeah, me neither. I had to look them up, but I was you knew. The only ones that actually came up with, there's two swimmers named Katie Hoff and Katie Ledecky. They were both Olympic swimmers.
Katie Ledecky.
I knew that name once I read it. There's other Catherines, but none that I've heard of. There's Catherine Ainsworth. She was an Australian netballer. I know we have a lot of Australian netball fans on the call.
Yeah.
There was Catherine Binns, who was a marathon runner. Catherine Collin, who was an Olympic canoeist. And Catherine Teasdale, who was a Canadian auto racer. So,
Interesting.
next time you're asked that question, Katie, you'll know the answer. But you got to be like Vincent. You got to have one with the first name and the last name. So,
Okay, I'll work on that one.
work on it. That's it. Back to you, Chris. Over to Joy.
Excellent. Katie, a disappointment to us all. Jeez, can't believe you didn't get those. Joy, go for it.
So on this day in history, the first roller coaster actually opened in the Americas, in the United States rather, June 6, 1884. It opened in Coney Island. This roller coaster was the brainchild of a guy by the name of Lamarcus Thompson. It cost 1 nickel, 5 cents, to ride the roller coaster, and it went a whopping 6 miles an hour. So the question to the group is, what is your favorite roller coaster?
Oh, I got this. You going in order?
I'm going to ask Katie Dolce first.
I love getting me with the questions. My mind automatically forgot every roller coaster I've ever been on, so I'm going to say Space Mountain in Disney.
Awesome. Love it. Vincent, how about you?
Expedition Everest, Animal Kingdom, Disney.
Awesome. All right, Joe Dobbs, go.
All right. My mind immediately goes to Superman at Six Flags America in Maryland. I don't know why, but I always found that one amazing.
Chris, how about you?
Honestly, it's probably been a decade or more since I've been on a roller coaster, so I'm forgetting the name of it, but there's one, I think it's Disney, where you drop like 15 flights. They just like you're sitting there and it just drops you. Anybody know what I'm talking about? What is that one?
Oh man,
That's Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror. I like that one. It's cool.
Okay, Christy, how about you?
So I can't remember the name of it, but it's at Hershey Park, and it propels you forward. That's how it starts, and it's really cool. I don't remember the name of it, but I also like there's one at SeaWorld where you're actually like soaring like an eagle, so that was cool too. We're big roller coaster fans over here.
Maria, do you have a favorite roller coaster?
I absolutely do not. Absolutely, I do not. I do not like roller coasters one bit.
All right.
I'm more like the little teacup person in like Disney, you know. It's what they call it, Small World.
Love that.
Something more like that.
Okay, Ruthie, how about you? Do you have a favorite roller coaster?
I'm gonna say King Dakar at Great Adventures.
Okay, cool. I'm really not a big roller coaster fan. When I was a roller coaster fan, it was definitely Space Mountain, Katie. But I had a roller coaster incident I was on the 8th grade trip, and our roller coaster at Great Adventure in the loop coming up this way, where we are inverted, got stuck for 20 minutes. And every student in my roller coaster car was like trying to grab onto me. Mrs. Ferrara, save us. And I think I was screaming even louder than they were. So since that time, I'm not doing roller coasters. And so guess what, guys? There's only one other national day today on our national day. And thank you to Carrie Oswald to sending this out to me. But today is actually National Fudge Day. And the history of fudge is it was an accident. And when you ever hear the expression, this was fudged, or I fudged that up, it's really because fudge was an accident. Ruthie, you'll appreciate this. In the 1880s, a group of ladies were trying to make caramels, or caramels, as you like to say, and burnt it a little bit too much, which gave it the dark coloring, and added a little bit more sugar than they were supposed to. And it became an accidental batch that really kind of ran with it. And Vassar College used to be an all-women's school, and this was something that the young ladies at Vassar would make every semester in celebration of not fudging up their grades. So that's it for today. Over to you, Christy, with the weather.
Yeah, so before we go on to weather, I just wanted to touch base because I know some people out there might be disappointed about the NBA not coming on. But I was thinking Chris Cook actually plays for a basketball team. I think it's one down from the NBA, but perhaps if ESPN is looking for something to broadcast, they can always video him.
Our season is shut down as well, so the Hauppauge Men's League didn't get up and running this year.
Was that because of contractual issues, Chris? Did you guys
Yes,
have agreement?
we. I think there's some contractual issues. I think that's right.
All right. So, but as far as weather goes, right now it's 66 degrees outside. Today it's gonna be high 75s. Really sunny. Clouds, a little bit cloudy this afternoon, but a really nice day. Sunrise was at 5:26. Sets at 8:26, and the whole actual week, the whole next 5 days, looks like it's gonna be in the high 70s, low 80s, and sunny. So it's gonna be a great week to get out and enjoy the weather.
Excellent. And Maria, what is for dinner?
Okay, well, first let me talk about a little bit about fudge. When my husband went upstate this weekend, he stopped at this general store. He got cappuccino fudge and brought it home. And
where is its general store?
It's in a town called Phoenicia. It's by, in the Catskills, I guess, by Hunter Mountain. And it's this little general store. My husband's sisters lived there like 50 years. So since my husband was little, he'd go up and spend summers with the sister. And he always went to this general store. So he sat there and he bought this cappuccino. He was very excited. It is really good. It's very different. And he was very excited because now they make cappuccino fudge. And that's that. As far as dinner goes, we know what day it is, right? It is Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
So therefore, we're gonna have tacos.
Nice. What kind of meat? Beef?
No, I'm gonna use ground turkey.
Nice. Who else is celebrating Taco Tuesday? Anybody?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Say that again.
It's Taco Tuesday. You're doing Taco Tuesday?
I just told my wife you were using ground turkey, and she was floored. So I think we're considering it. It's in the shrimp. We're doing shrimp tacos.
Excellent.
Oh.
Excellent. I love how she's getting closer and closer to the camera. At some point, she's going to be on.
She's close. She's in the room.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Maria. Good stuff. And Ruthie, what's up in the art world today?
In the art world today, just a couple of cool things. If you're not familiar with Michael Feinstein, I'm a big fan of him. He's amazing. He does all sorts of classics. He works on songs by Irving Berlin and George Gershwin, and he's an extraordinary cabaret entertainer and works with all sorts of other people. My kids were really raised by him. Anyway, he's at Carnegie Hall. They're airing him with Kelly O'Hara, Cheyenne Jackson, and Tony Yazbek, who are other Broadway people. And he's going to be singing the songs of Irving Berlin. So that's going to be great. And it's at 2 and at 7. So you can live stream that. And then I wanted to feature dance today because I've been discovering the New York City Ballet is doing all sorts of really cool stuff. So not only are they airing their archived works, but they are also holding all sorts of classes that you can follow online. And they've got performances. Their performances are Tuesdays and Fridays, but they have two different levels of classes, which is kind of cool. They have Ballet Essentials, which is for all ages, that they do several times a week. But they also have ballet breaks for children ages 3 to 8. And Saturday and Sunday mornings, they have like 20-minute long movement activities where they use choreography selections from their pieces, which is kind of cool. And kids can dance along, which I think is great. So that's it. And this day in 1972, Fiddler on the Roof became the longest running Broadway show at that time, which a little other piece of Hauppauge trivia. What middle school musical did we do this year?
Fiddler
on the Roof. Absolutely. So, and it was stunning. Katie, I know, was involved, and a lot of the Hauppauge High School kids are involved in working on that production. So that's my story for today, and I'm sticking with it. Back to you, Chris.
Excellent. Thank you, Ruthie. So quick story about Footloose, then I'm going to turn it to Ruthie to talk a little bit about why Vincent and Katie are here. So this weekend we watched Footloose with and this might actually, maybe it's a kudos to how strong my acting performance was, but I think not actually. So we're watching it with all my 3 kids and my wife, and we're sitting down and we're watching Footloose, and 2 of my kids had come to watch the performance live, so they knew it was up. So then there's the piece where I push Vincent and tell him as a police officer, watch yourself in Beaumont. He's got loud music and stuff. And then my scene is over, and I'm waiting for my youngest son and my wife to have some kind of reaction. No reaction at all. So I'm like, guys, did you just see my part in the play? They're like, you were just in the play? Both of them had no idea. So I don't know if that's good acting or just that they weren't paying attention. It's one of the 2 of those things, and I'm not sure which one. What do you think, Ruthie?
Oh, there's no question. No question. You were so engrossed in your character that you essentially wore another armor of that person.
Thank you.
So no question, it was your extraordinary performance. You were frightening to me. I'll tell you that much. You were scary to me.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
This is a friend of yours, Chuck. Anyway. Anyway. So
could you say that with a little more? Give me a little more on that, will you?
Maybe next year we'll practice to get some other role going. All right. So, Ruthie, we have 2 very talented people, very kind people, very inspirational people in truth. But why are they here today? And can you talk to me a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah. Katie and Vincent were both nominated for the Roger Rees Awards, and the Roger Rees Awards are awards for the metropolitan area. High school students who are into musical theater and who perform in musical theater. And it's a pretty prestigious group of people that work on these awards. Roger Rees, by the way, is a very famous Broadway actor who's known for performances throughout the years. He had back to back Broadway shows that he got raves for. But so they have this competition of sorts for the metropolitan area, and this competition leads to the national competition. So it's really the last step before you get to the Jimmy Awards. The Jimmy Awards are lots of scholarships. It's really lots of recognition. Are one of the prior Jimmy Award winners that we know of got the lead fairly quickly after that in Dear Evan Hansen. But these kids are kind of, it's the level of talent at both the Roger Rees Awards. These are the cream of the crop. Is that the way you say it? Creme de la creme? Of theater students in our area. And if you were able to watch the production, you would have seen the level of talent. So Katie and Vincent did a beautiful job and represented Hauppauge, and we're really super proud of them. And I did like what you said, Mr. Cook. I always say that, leads have a lot of lines, and that's really important, and you have a big part. But being a lead for me in Hauppauge really is about knowing how to be a leader and leading an entire cast, so that it's not about you, it's about the entire cast and the entire production. And these are two young people here who really are fearless leaders and very humble and do the right thing. So they kind of help make the show from that perspective as well.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask these guys a couple questions, and we'll start kind of reverse order of kind of time in their thinking. And what I mean to say about that is, like, one of the things that impressed me was that they go down to the middle school and help out, and that, like, the way that is kind of developing a program and their leadership, et cetera. So we'll ask some questions about their experiences overall here in Hauppauge related to theater. But at first, I think the question I want to ask is, what did it mean, and like, how did it feel to be nominated for such a prestigious award? Regardless of the outcome. Katie, how did it feel to be put forth as the representative from Hauppauge in the Roger Rees Award?
I mean, it was really, really, really cool. I've grown up, the past couple of years in high school watching the other, upperclassmen who have gotten sent to the Roger Rees Awards. I remember when I was a freshman, Francesco De Flora was talking to me about how he got nominated that year. And it was just, like, so cool and so, like, humbling to realize that, I'd finally done enough work and put it in so that was finally me.
Very cool. And Vincent, what about you?
Well, I just don't think it can be overstated how great Mr. Cook's performance was in Footloose. I've heard from various sources that if Meryl Streep was a man, he'd be the principal of Hauppauge High School. So there's that. But to your question, sorry, I was just getting a little.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
I was very honored and grateful and excited to put my energy during quarantine to something theater related and something productive like this. It was a lot of fun.
Cool. Very cool. Now, you guys, this didn't happen overnight, so you guys have been involved in the program for a while. Katie, speak to me a little bit about your evolution as a performer in the context of theater in Hauppauge, and, like, what does that look like to get you to the point where you are now?
Yeah, so I always say that theater is in my blood. It's kind of something that I've always been a part of. My parents met doing theater. My grandparents were involved in it. So it's very, like, much a thing that I was kind of thrown into from a young age, but I'm really grateful that I was thrown into it at such a young age. So when I came to Hauppauge in 5th grade, that was the first year that I was in the district, I knew immediately that I wanted to get involved with theater in school because my other school didn't really have a very strong, like, theater program. So as soon as I got to middle school, I made sure I did every single musical. I did every talent show, every opportunity. And then I was just restless, like so excited to get to the high school, to work with Pincus, to do the high school shows, to be involved in drama club. And, it's been a long time coming, but it's, better than I could have ever imagined.
Awesome. And Vincent, what about you?
Well, the Hauppauge High School theater program actually inspired me to get into theater in the first place. When I saw a show in elementary school that made me want to do theater in middle school, and then doing it in middle school made me want to do it in high school, and it just the program kind of brought me in even from the elementary school age. The high school theater program had a really big impact on me.
Cool. And I think I remember talking to your sister last year, Vincent, to say that you got her into theater, if I remember that right. Is that the right order of events?
Yes, that is true. I started doing theater, and then I was like, Danielle, you got to check this out. And then I brought her into it, and then she ended up doing it throughout high school, and doing very well at it in high school. She's very talented.
Yeah, she is. I hope she's doing well. I don't. Is she home? She at school? Where is she around right now or no? What's up?
Yeah, she's home. She's been home. Her school was canceled, but I think they're going back in the fall, which is very exciting. She's excited about that.
Cool. We'll say what's up when you see her. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So then, I guess I'm now interested in kind of jumping forward in your lives beyond Hauppauge High School. Do you see theater being a part of your life, or the arts being a part of your life when you leave Hauppauge High School? And then also just talk to me a little bit about your plans for the future. You guys are both juniors. You got senior year coming up, which is great. But you're, of course, thinking now, kind of starting, your wheels are turning to what's beyond. And I'm curious what your goals would look like. Katie, go for it.
So, I know that theater is always going to be a part of my life. Even if I wanted to escape it, I know that there's absolutely no way that I could. I'm sure that I will continue to do shows here and there as I get older. But, in college, I do want to try to major in something that isn't theater, but still perform during college, kind of spread out what I'm doing, because, I know that theater will always be there, but I also do want to have a career in something a little bit more stable, but that's just me personally.
Got it. And what does stable look like? Do you have a sense of what that field might be?
That's what I'm figuring out right now. I've been working with my parents a lot to kind of look at colleges and look at majors and careers that I might want to go into. So that's kind of where I am right now.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to hear you're continuing to think about performing and doing whatever you choose to do academically. I will just tell a quick story about when I was first blown away by your talent was last year. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the name of the event? Acoustic Cafe. You sang an original song, and I was like, what just happened on stage? That was incredible. And I forget the name of the song, but it was very moving. And you were playing an instrument. Maybe it wasn't that song, it was your other song, like a little guitar or something. Maybe that was a different song. But either way, I was like, this kid's got some serious skills and some creativity. And then, of course, seeing you in the musical and stuff like that, just been tremendous. So, am I making up a story, or what happened last year at Acoustic Cafe? What song did you play?
I played 2 songs last year at Acoustic Cafe. I wrote both of them. So I think you're probably talking about Porcelain. That was
Yeah, that was really good. Do you write a lot of songs on the side? Just kind of.
Yeah. When I was younger, still am, but I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. And just, being exposed to her from a really young age, I was like, oh, she writes her songs. I can do that too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And Vincent, same question to you. What are you thinking beyond the walls of Hauppauge High School in your future? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking to audition for some college acting / musical theater programs. Starting preparation now, all the fun stuff. The college audition process is very hard, but we're figuring it out. Hoping to go to major in this and then do it for the rest of my life.
Awesome. Look at that passion. Look, that story of you just watching a performance in elementary school and that spark that's there. It's very rare that people have that type of experience. So good for you for diving into it and then setting your sights huge. That's cool. Very cool. All right, Ruthie, what else should I be asking these guys that I'm not asking them?
I think you're pretty much covering it. I think so. I think maybe favorite. Let's talk favorite moment on stage in Hauppauge.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's do that. So you're to date, and of course, we're hoping that in the fall and in the spring next year, there's 2 more performances we get you guys in. But to date, what is your favorite moment, favorite lines, whatever you want to do, where you are most like just satisfied as a being on stage? Katie.
Well, there's so many moments that are like rushing through my mind right now, but I think that one of my like favorite Hauppauge High School moments was during 12th night. I had a pretty good role and I was a sophomore, which was like double cool because, I was getting to work with a bunch of upperclassmen and just like every night, every rehearsal, getting to belt out Is This Not Love, which is probably one of the best songs in the universe. I had a friend who doesn't even go to Hauppauge that like texted me out of the blue the other day and was like, Is This Not Love is such a good song. And, I miss getting to sing that song. I missed that show, but, getting to do that as a sophomore, I think was one of the coolest things ever.
Nice. Yeah. My daughter was a big fan of yours. Do you sing It's the Worst or something? What was the song last year?
Or The Worst was another song in the show.
So like 2 months after that, You're the Worst to her brothers. Excellent. It was awesome. Vincent, what's up with you? Favorite moment?
My favorite moment is not one that I was a part of, but in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, there was a moment where the character that was played by Jimmy B at the time, as a spur of the moment improv sort of thing, decided to lick the face of his co-star Billy Reese, and that was just one of the greatest Hauppauge High School Hauppauge Drama Club moments. I think right there in that moment, a little bit of improv.
That's amazing.
We could not have paid him to say that, right? We could not have paid him because Vincent Girardi, little do you know that on Thursday morning, Jimmy B, Billy Reese, and Dan Smith will be on the morning show.
All right, I guess we got our first question. All right.
We got to tell me about that moment.
That's
so funny.
The organic nature of this show and how these things evolve from caramel to caramel to Billy Reese and Jimmy V. It's really incredible.
That's funny.
Well, guys, and Ruthie, are you going to put us forward for best morning high school talk show during COVID? Like, is that a category somewhere?
I'm sure it's a category somewhere. I'm sure it is. Well, speaking of which, I meant to plug this during the arts correspondency, but did not. In 5 days on Saturday at 7:00, the Islip Arts Council is actually doing a production that I've been submitting film and stuff for. They're doing a Teenie Awards celebration. They obviously can't have the Teenie Awards this year because many of the schools couldn't get their musicals up or their shows up the second half, but we are included, and there's lots of film that's going to be shown at 7:00 live streaming. It's an Islip Arts Council thing. I put it on all the Google Classrooms, and I just sent it out this morning to faculty, but parents, kids, everybody can watch, and it'll be an opportunity to celebrate the seniors who didn't get their chance to attend the Teenie Awards. So yeah, that's the scoop.
Then very cool. All right, well, let's do a round of shout outs to end. Before we do that, I just want a big thank you to Katie and Vincent for jumping on here this morning, and then excited for Thursday. And also just a shout out to our seniors. We're in Senior Recognition Week today. Go down, take some photos of you next to your picture. Tomorrow, big day. And then as the week unfolds, we got some nice little surprises that are coming people's way. So we're excited about that. And that's it. So let's go to Joe. Shout out.
I'll shout out Vincent and Katie for being on here today. Thanks for waking up and being with us today. It's always fun to have guests on the show, so we're not just bantering with each other.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good to see you both.
Joy.
I will echo that. Katie and Vincent, thank you so much for all you have given us at Hauppauge High School with your talent and with your voice. We are excited that you will be with us one more year. So we're going to tap you on the shoulder for some leadership stuff as well. Thank you again. We hope you have a great summer. And seniors, a big shout out to you. Happy Recognition Week. Make sure, as Mr. Cook said, you come on down to Lincoln Boulevard at some point during the day today and take some great selfies. Remember your social distancing, but we are so proud of you and can't wait to see your reaction for the rest of the week.
Agreed. Katie.
I'm gonna shout out Miss Pincus and every other director and theater mentor figure I've had in my life, because I would not be here today, at this morning meeting if not for the chain of events that they helped kind of put into action.
Cool. Both of you so gracious to the other people that have supported you. That's awesome. Christy.
So I want to give a shout out to this whole morning crew. I've said it before, but it really helps ground me in the morning to connect with you guys, to see people. Now we're out a little bit more. We are seeing other people socially distancing, but every morning just to know to come on with you and listen to Ruthie and Maria's inspiring me to cook more for my family while I'm home. Give me good ideas. But I think people really look forward to it. I know, we have some regular people that come on every day, and just a sense of community. So thank you guys for this. And my family, Maria, for dinner.
Yes. Maria, what's up today?
I'm going to give a shout out to one of my daughters. Yesterday, like a little on the negative side, we did have a death. But I was really impressed because my daughter right away said, you know what? I'm going to make some food and bring it over to them so they don't have to worry about eating. And that just made me feel like, okay, we've gotten somewhere. That's an awesome thing. So a shout out to her.
Maria, sorry for the loss, and kudos to your daughter for stepping right in, but so sorry about the loss. Ruthie, take us home.
Okay, well, I'm going to give a shout out to Katie and Vincent as well. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for leading the pack, as we say, and a shout out to all of my drama club seniors, because I know, I'm excited that summer's here, but I always have that long period of time where I go, I miss my kids, so shout out to those seniors, and looking forward to hugging them. I don't care if it's next Christmas, but looking forward to hugging them.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, good stuff. Really appreciate everybody being on here today. June 16th, morning show in the books. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.